Chapter 70. God and Men. But I say to the Greeks, listen, my friend. Your 14 servants may well be very industrious and skillful people. But since you have many things with you, it will surely take your 14 people quite a long time to put everything in good order. Look, this supposed youth is one of my many servants, and in one moment he can do more than all your 14 servants in a full 100 years. Thus your servants should rest this time, and this only servant of mine who is present here will put all your things in order in a moment, according to your usual custom, like your 14 servants would hardly do in 3 days. If you want, I will order him to do this. The Greek says, friend, if such a thing is possible on earth, then I beg you to do it. For in any case, my servants are already extremely tired from the journey, and would therefore need a lot of time for the unpacking and setting up. I say to Raphael, show what is possible for a pure spirit in the fastest moment. At this, Raphael makes a low bow and says, Lord, you have commanded, and see, everything is already in the best order. Next I say to the Greek, well, friend, stand up and look around to see whether the work has been completed according to your liking. Here the Greek rises, claps his hands 3 times over his head, and says, extremely amazed, yes, by all the gods! What is that then? The boy never left us, did he? And all my tents have already been set up in the best way, and everything seems to already be in the best order. No, no, no! This cannot be a natural thing. Now I must go into the tents and see how good the order is inside. At this he leaves the ship and heads, led by us and his daughter, into his tents and finds, to his great wonder, that absolutely everything is in the best order. But now it is too much for him. As if seized by a sort of dizzying wonder, he, the Greek, says after a while of his never-ending amazement, either I am among the arch-magicians of Egypt, or among nothing but gods. For what I have experienced here is unheard of, and has never occurred in human memory. And you, friend, turning to me, seem to be the master among the many here, or Zeus himself. Flesh has not conceived you, neither this youth. You must have been created from out of the spirit of eternity. O gods, gods, what strength must lie within you, that you are capable of achieving such things? And what a pitiful thing is the poor man, the blind worm in the dust, in comparison with you. You can do everything, but the mortal worm in the dust of his nothingness can do nothing. Friend, you, who are a god, and to whom everything is at your disposal, what can I as a mortal do for you, immortal God? What should I give you, who rules over the whole earth, over sun, moon, and all the stars? I say, friend, you have much natural light, and judge what has happened. The miracle as it seems to you, with tact. But you must not place people too low under the comprehension of your gods. For I say to you, all the gods that you know and worship are actually nothing in comparison with one person who is filled with the true Spirit of God. You see, these many people that you see here are mostly just as powerful as this youth here, and yet they are only people of flesh and blood. Touch me, and you will see that I also consist of flesh and blood in the external apparent body. But this flesh and blood is filled with the Spirit of God, who alone is almighty, and whom all must obey in the power of his will. And see, we act here simply out of the strength of the Spirit of God who is within us, who thinks within us, and wants what his all-seeing and all-feeling highest wisdom considers to be necessary and good. Well, for now truly only I possess this characteristic to the greatest degree, and am therefore a master in it. But I can also enable every person who is of some good will. But naturally, a person who has an evil, adverse will can never be given such an ability. For firstly, one must be fully familiar in the holy order of the Spirit of God before the gift of the power of the eternal Spirit of God is given. And this cannot consist of anything else, but that the pure person is penetrated right to his soul by the Spirit of God. The soul that has been penetrated by the Spirit of God now only wants what the Spirit of God wants. But whatever he wants must happen, because he alone is the eternal strength and power in the whole of infinity. For everything that exists, lives, and thinks in endless space is this eternal Spirit in the order created by himself of decided and unchangeably maintained thoughts, according to the spiritually living component, and the idea formulated from out of it, which is, however, according to the nature of its being, likewise capable of transformation into the independent spiritual. You see, friend, that's how things lie, touched upon briefly. You are a good thinker and will soon understand much. But for now, let this be enough for you. But I will give you as a companion a certain Mathael, a man full of wisdom. You will learn much from him, and will understand me afterwards much better than now. The Greek, full of amazement at my wisdom, is quite satisfied with this, and greatly desires to see the man. But I immediately call Mathael and say, "There, dear friend, is a somewhat dilapidated house. You are a good carpenter, and will know what needs to be improved there." Mathael says, "Lord, with your help the house will become good and solid."